All right, so let's start talking about episode 10 of Andor. So last week I wasn't able to talk to you guys about episode 9, which is cool. I think you guys said it all. But episode 10, that's the episode. It's the jailbreak. It broke
Episode 10 is
the.
what I thought episode 9 was going to be.
Yeah, same.
Andor was very interesting in this episode.
Yes.
Like his leadership was to let other people learn how to lead themselves. Like he was pushing people
Yeah.
to lead. Like it was really interesting how he did that.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to bring out the best in all these different characters. And that was throughout the whole episode. It was so cool to see.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, like, I understand how he becomes a leader now.
Yeah. I mean, I think right now he unintentionally started the rebellion. You know what I mean? Like so far, every single step he's done has been unintentional, but it's probably starting the rebellion more than a lot of these other people who've been planning for a while. He's doing
the stuff that he's doing is becoming folk tales to other parts of the galaxy. So like other parts of the galaxy, like, did you hear about this? And this is all stuff that Andor is just kind of walking into. And Cassie is like, we should just think about himself. Like, we need to do this thing. We need to get out of here. This is not fair. And he's not realizing what he's really doing, what he's putting forth. And I mean, it's become epic for everyone. So you're going to go across the galaxy and they're going to talk about, did you hear what they just did? And he's going to be sitting like, what are you talking about? Even if he knows it's him. He did it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like a lot of people, I think even you said, like, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. But I was like, yeah, there's no lightsabers, there's no force, but for me, the original 3 trilogies was about the rebellion, you know what I mean? And they sprinkled in Luke and Vader, as the main characters, but the whole thing was about the rebellion, you know what I mean? So I like how this was
really about the rebellion, or was it really the prequels that are more about the rebellion and the developing of the rebellion? I don't think the original trilogy was really about the rebellion as much as it was about those main characters. They focused on those main characters. And then when you went back to the prequels, it really got about a lot more about the rebellion. About
I don't know. I mean, because I think the prequels set up why the rebellion became a thing, because there was no need for a rebellion in the prequels because everyone was in peace. It was democracy. But then by the end, obviously that went to shit. Even Padme was like, "Oh, this is how democracy dies," with a loud cheer, But I think it was because the whole thing starts off with, Vader trying to crush the start the rebellion, the rebellion, and Leia asking for help for the rebellion, So yeah, I think it was. I mean, and it was like again accidental. But in Star Wars, there's no accidents. Everything's the Force. The Force made it happen, type of shit. But yeah, you have your main characters in the original. They were part of the rebellion and how their parts played in the rebellion. That's how I always.
The rebellion was the backdrop for it, but really, But the Force is really the driving force.
Yeah, I think by the third one, it was less about the rebellion, and it was literally in the background while the Force was happening. But it started off like the first episode, Star Wars, A New Hope, whatever. That was all about the rebellion joining the rebellion fight, blowing the Death Star and all that stuff. The second one started getting
I guess that
mixed, and then the third one.
Really, I mean, I think Obi-Wan, the character Obi-Wan, brought so much of the Force in it. When you think about Obi-Wan, and then teaching Luke, and then as you said, every movie past that is all about the Force, about Luke learning how to control the Force and the balance of the Force, and what does that really mean with each side, the good and evil,
Yeah, and I think that might be this part of the issue with the sequels was they didn't know how to balance the rebellion and the Force like the original ones did. The original ones, there was the 2 storylines going on. Dad and son with the Force and their issues. Meanwhile, the rest of the universe is fighting for its freedom, and this guy, has daddy issues. So, and then the sequels, they never struck that balance between the family issues and the rebellion. It was just too much on one side or too much on the other side, and it never shifted.
I think there's
a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems.
The biggest one is just you can't carry the movie without Darth Vader, because Darth Vader is probably the greatest character out of any movie ever created. Like Darth Vader is that guy.
Yeah.
It's hard to carry.
You could have had at least Luke, because I feel like Luke by the end replaced Vader as a badass. And again, same how Andor had all these stories being told about him and this and that. Luke became this larger than life person and became like almost like a god. Like to
much of a whiny bitch.
But that's what the sequels made it happen. In the books, he's a badass. But the sequels made him like an old hermit. But going back to this is we're getting more and more in depth of the Empire doing really messed up shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one we found out, and like, so I want to ask. Eventually, I want to get to, is Vader going to be here in the show somehow? But at what point? At what point? It's like, how bad does the rebellion need to find out shit is getting before the big boss man comes in and starts laying down the law? The blue milk.
That's why it's such a whiny.
Too much.
Too much blue milk.
It's got too much estrogen in it.
Yeah, he needs a blue chew. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
He needs a blue chew. He'll get better. This is the exact opposite.
Yeah.
What do you think about those speeches?
Which ones? There's a few in this one.
Those monologues, but this is where Serkis was one of them.
Luthen does a good one. Yeah. Mon Mothma does a good one in the Senate. It
was very Rogue One-ish.
It's very real life-ish, which I don't like. I don't like that, but
is that what this is? So I feel like this is not Star Wars. This is too much based on like things that really are happening out in the world.
Yeah.
It's not Star Wars. It's very much a reflection of what we see every day.
Yeah. Wow. And in multiple countries. It's not just America. I mean, it's especially in like somewhere like Britain where like somebody's talking and you hear somebody in the background, shut up. It's like you're like, like you hear that, like South Park has a joke about it. You know what I mean? So like it's it's just it's a lot of real, and it's scary. But it's still part of the story, because that's what the story has been since the start, roughly,
What is your favorite arc? So we had
we got three main ones.
Three main arcs,
more or less.
Yeah, this prison arc. We had the great the
heist.
The heist thing.
Yeah.
And then the first 3 episodes, when you're trying to get Andor, that's become part of it. Really had those three.
I thought the heist was the best so far. This one though was, I think because it went on to 4 episodes instead of just 3. But man, the end of this episode, that last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, really man, good. Was holy shit.
But you had to get to it from episode 9. Episode 9 pisses me off. Every time I think about it, why did you even have this? You could have did this in 15 minutes. You could have 8 and 9 should have been one episode.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. 100%. Yeah. I don't know, because all the good stuff happened in this one, but that's how they've been doing it is, 1 or 2 episodes, in this case, 3 episodes of build up and then the good shit, you know what I mean? And that's what kind of,
that pisses me, because people are going, you lose people. But it felt like episode 9 was like the guy with the rope. Almost got it. Almost. And as soon as you grab, looking for it, it's going again. And this one hit you right in the head. There was so many things going on, and they're hitting you left and right. And I really liked it.
Yeah. Cold Lords brings up Andy Serkis was really good. He was really good. In almost everything he's in, he crushes it. You know, he's so good. You know, he was also oh my god, the new bad guy that wasn't the real bad guy in the sequels. Snoke.
Oh yes, yeah.
He was Andy Serkis was Snoke. So it's cool seeing at least he gets a good story in Star Wars eventually. Eventually,
it's like he's been redeemed.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out episode 11, and he was also being controlled by someone else on the outside. Just a puppet.
Yeah, I mean, but the whole part though with him is like he knew what was going to happen at the end, and he still went through it because he knew it was the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah. You know, and also it's like when they find out there's no way out, that's it. Like they're stuck there forever. Like it's he completely flipped because he was part of the system, or he felt like he was part of the system. You know, he was the manager. You know what I mean? Like you can get into that whole like thing. He was the manager. You know, yeah. You know, like oh hey, if you tell all the little peons to do their job really hard, we'll give you an extra treat. You know, and the extra treat is like, we're not going to kick you as hard.
That was the layers. That was even in the prison. Think about it. You had other prisoners.
Yeah, literally layers.
Everyone in line. There was layers and layers and layers of that same thing. We're going to treat you a little bit better than that person, and because of that, you're going to do exactly what we say. That's just the layers of that. Even within the team. Within that 6 people, there's one person that was that. I'm gonna treat you better just a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little bit more respect, and you're gonna keep all of them alive. Yeah.
So it's also like, I'm gonna make you be the bad guy, so they're gonna hate you, but we're gonna give you the rewards. It's management. It's what managers like that. That's like he was literally a manager at a store. He felt if you pay your debt well, you get out honorably. Yeah. With the BS that they tell you.
Yeah, but it's no honorable. It's not an honorable system. So really, they're just using you, and that's just what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the part where once the old man, first of all, the medic, like he's like, oh, I don't do anything. I just kill him really quick. I was like, holy shit. He's like, I can't help him. I can just put him out of his misery quicker. I was like,
making it less painful.
My God, I'm like, that's just his job? I don't know. I assumed he has some medical training because he knew it was a stroke. I'm not sure how. He didn't do any testing to see if it was a stroke, but whatever.
You saw it so many times. It's like, oh yeah, this is usually someone strokes out.
I guess.
They told me to give this blue one to them.
Yeah, and they're all blue. Everything. But yeah, that was his job. Is like, I can kill him. I can kill him now, or he can die later. And I was like, damn, it was like, that's a shitty job. But after that scene,
you realize that no one ever is getting out. There is no getting out, and that's what makes everyone turn and say, okay, well,
that's what makes Andy Serkis's character turn, because he was really the leader of it. He kind of was the. I don't know if it was the leader because he was that manager that turned on the company, on the Empire now, where they're like, oh, hey, you were part of them and now you're going against them. Like, okay, we, like that, you kind of pull people in that way, and Andor knew that. That's why he's like, it's gotta be you. It's gotta be you. It can't be me. I'm a nobody. You're a somebody and you need to say it, so that's why Andor is smart. So
Andor was literally pushing pieces into play. So, all right, now you do this, the pawn go here and the rook is here. And I'm going to push you to be a leader here, and I'm going to give you some encouragement to step up here, and everything just started to happen.
Yeah. But that whole scene, well, I was going to say, the part where they're, after the old man dies and they're waiting for the doors to open so they can go into their bedroom area, and they were saying this and that, he goes, oh, they're afraid. He goes, they're not afraid. They just killed He goes, that Andor's like, oh, they just killed 100 people because a secret got out. And he goes, what do you think that means? He goes, oh, that's power. He goes, that's not power. People in power don't get anxious and make rash decisions. I was like, shit, that is 100% true.
But that's such a viewpoint from far away. How can you see something that far away when you are in the middle of it? That was so unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you're starting to see the character of Andor and understand why he was who he was in Rogue One.
Yeah. I think we're still missing a big part of his story. We forgot about the whole sister thing. That's how it all started. So I feel like that's going to hit, and that's going to hit real, real hard. I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing or a good thing, but it's going to be something.
It's a bad thing that pushes him into the unbelievable leadership role.
Yeah.
But we have a whole nother season. So we have 2 episodes in another season. So do you do that now? Do you pay that off now?
I think it's gonna, because it started off that way, and I think the end of the season is gonna remind you, and then it's gonna kind of go into that. It's gonna be the same kind of cycle. I think like season 2 is gonna start off with the sister, and then a bunch of shit's gonna happen, and at the end he's gonna sister issue.
So there's 2 more episodes, right?
Yeah, for the season.
Where do you think they're gonna go with these 2 episodes?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, they're not gonna give you 2 episodes of filler, right? Are they gonna like kind of talk you to death for 2 episodes, or are we gonna get some big on episode 12?
I think so, because I think because they're on the run, so at least the next episode is going to be kind of an important thing. But I think they're going to be on the run the next episode, and Andor is going to be more in episode 12. I think this next episode is going to be a lot of Luthen and a lot of Mon Mothma, because they weren't a lot in here. They had both of them had great speeches, especially Luthen's speech was hard. That was hard, like because always looking from the outside in is like, oh, what are you giving up? You're by yourself, you're single, you have no family. And he's like, that's what I gave up. You know what I mean? I was like, shit, like that's rough. He's like, yeah, that's what I gave up, motherfucker. Because the other guy's like, I have a kid. He goes, yeah, I can't have a kid. I can't have a wife. I can't have anybody. So shut up, dude. I mean, he was kind of a dick about it.
But this is the first time you felt like Luthen was like not the bad guy. Because I feel like every time Luthen's doing something, he's the bad guy, honestly.
He's doing bad shit. See, that's the issue I think a lot of the show's having is the good guys are doing a lot of bad stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's the big issue I'm having. Because at one point, Mon Mothma, I think, is the only one where she is like, no, we have to do this ethically, or morally, at least.
It's easy to say that from your ivory tower.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, we'll see. Because I think at one point, especially with, I think whenever, because I think Leia will show up. Not this season, probably at the end of next season. She has to.
I believe episode 11 is going to be a lot of, as you said, running and them trying to find a place to hide. And they're going to find a place to hide. And I believe even episode 12 is going to be very slow, a lot of talking, a lot of just putting pieces in place. And right at the last second, the episode 12, we're going to see Vader. And he's going to be doing some Vader shit. And that's going to be the first time we see the Force and see him just being a badass. And that will lead you into season 2.
Interesting. I can go for that. I wouldn't mind.
We're not gonna get another event like we got. Like we're not gonna get another trilogy. It's gonna be a build up. 11 is gonna be them hiding, finding a place to hide, and run and hide. And 12 is gonna be us trying to figure out what the next step is. And then the end of 12 is gonna be Vader putting it down. Like this is what it is, man. And then you go realize what the fear is, and he reignites the fear in all the people, and kind of simmers. The rebellion kind of simmers a little bit now because they're kind of just right there, like, all right, I'm Vader.
I can see that. Because I mean, you have to do a deterrent basically at that point. It's like you got to let the rebellion know, like, okay, you're gonna do this. I'm gonna kill every single one of you.
He's not afraid to make an example of someone. He'll kill an entire planet. He don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know where you are. You're somewhere on this planet. The whole planet dies.
Yeah. Yeah. So So you think Vader's going to show up? I think Leia's going to show up in next season. I don't think she's going to show up in this season.
Yeah.
Because right now they're 5 BBY. So that will put Leia around
13.
Because I think she's like 18 or 19 in A New Hope.
Yeah.
So -5. So yeah, right around 13, 14.
Yeah,
so
I think
so you have to skip a couple more years. She'll probably be 15. Have her start, because at one point she needs to start. Like, when does she start being Leia? Because she's already doing rebellion shit at 19 in A New Hope. So it's got to happen in this.
At 10, so she's where she was at 10. Just extrapolate that. By the time she's 16, she's probably leading some shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we haven't even got Organa yet in this. And we know he plays a pretty big part of it. So I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that they're going to get into, but that's going to be next season. But so far, if they keep this up for the next 2 episodes, I can see so many people hyping it up, where next season is going to be even better. But
I hope that they keep people involved, because a lot of people fell off because of the slow burn. And then now people are falling off because it's pissing them off because nothing's happening. And I'm hoping that 11 and 12 are at least interesting enough, not all just talking, but just at least interesting enough. Hiding, figuring out, you see more of the world, understand more of what the whole universe is. Yeah.
And what they're going through.
Exactly. Yeah. And hopefully that leads to season 2. And season 2, now they know you can't have too many, filler episodes in between these great ones. So if you go down to 1 filler, or something, the curve a little bit quicker, a better frequency of episodes, then I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind in season 2 if they do some time skips like House of Dragon. I mean, obviously it's not going to be 10 years at a time, because they're only working within a 5-year time frame.
Yeah, but you 1 year later.
You could skip. Yeah, you could skip a little bit. I wouldn't mind. But yeah, I mean, I guess one thing they didn't tell you how long he was in that jail for, right?
Yeah, we're probably going to find out.
Probably. I feel like they did. Yeah. I'm sure he's going to want to go back and get his money, and that's not going to happen. So.
I mean, he's probably in there 7 months, 6-7 months. So they forgot that they were trying to find him to kill him.
Yeah, that's right. They figure he's already dead. Well, what's his name? What's his name? Cyril, I think Cyril. That man's got some issues. His mom is a straight up B word. Like, holy, 1 minute she's like, "You suck." He's like, "I got the job." "Oh, you're the greatest." I was like, "What? What?" I knew you would do it. I was like, Jesus, And then he has a thing for what's her name, the Empire chick. I think she's starting to realize it.
She feels creeped out. She looks like she's creeped out. She's like, "Dude, what the
hell?" Yeah. She goes, "You like me? Nah." No one likes me.
I can't wait to see where we're going with this, and I wonder what other people think about it. So this will be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm hearing a lot of people are saying it's the best episode yet. Do you agree?
I still like the heist episode more, but it's the second one.
Yeah. I would say that this is my second favorite episode.
I'll go 6 to 10. 6 was my favorite, then 10, and then probably 1 or 2. 1, probably 1. I don't like 2 at all. Probably 3, then 1.
Yeah. But with that being said, we'll let you guys let us know what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you give up on it? Are you back on it? Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you think is gonna happen. And we got 2 more episodes left, and I'm pretty excited.
We'll see how much Cassian's words, put someone else in a different position.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm having fun with it. But with that being said, let's move on to our next topic.
All right.